Hey everybody, welcome. How are you? I hope you are doing well. I am excited for today's favorites video. I was going to put this in with my eyeshadow palettes and I decided nope. My single eyeshadows deserve their own spot. They deserve their own video, their own time in the spotlight, because this was the year of single eyeshadows for me. I really concentrated hard on my single eyeshadows, not to use them up, but to just use them. And so I wanted to highlight them because it was a good year. It was truly a good year. So before we go over these single eyeshadows, let's talk about my all-time favorite of the year that I can't find, and that is Southern Wood by Coastal Scents. It is I want to say it's like a mid-tone brown, almost bordering on cool, if you will. Southern Wood is described as a rich, shimmering brown with a silver undertone. Gorgeous. I want to say it's about a mid-tone brown, pushing the cool envelope. Just gorgeous. And I hate that I've lost it. I literally put it into its own case so I wouldn't lose it, because it was my all-time favorite and I've lost it. So I have quite a few single eyeshadows, and this covers the gamut of singles that are in magnetic palettes, singles that are in their own cases, cream, crayon, liquid, you name it, super shocks. If they're not in an eyeshadow palette, then they are being counted in this category. We will go over the cream ones first, then the ones that are in their own containers, and then we will talk all things that are single eyeshadows that are in magnetic palettes. Now, I had a hard time whittling this down. In fact, I had a heck of a time whittling down my favorite single eyeshadows. I wanted to bring in all of my eyeshadows, minus a couple duds, because it was a great year of single eyeshadows. Now, I did this look using my favorite singles for Saturday singles, so if you have not seen that video, I will have the link down below so you can check it out. And it's where I highlight, not all of my favorites, but some of my favorites. So let's talk cream eyeshadows really quick. The first one is Stella by Thrive Causemetics. This is called a Brilliant Eye Brightener. I just treat it as a cream or crayon eyeshadow. That is what Stella looks like, just a beautiful champagne. This became just a natural extension of all of my looks. On my brow bone is where I prefer to use it. I did use it in my inner corner once in a while, but really my brow bone is where Stella shined for me. It was a perfect fit, and in fact, Stella's hanging out on my brow bone today. I have two super shocks that I just really enjoyed this year. One is Creamsicle. This is, I believe, this is from their Halo collab. I love Halo, so I'm not surprised. This is like a peachy pink shade. I have a stain, so excuse that. Very pretty. I do have it on my lid along with a ton of other eyeshadow, so you can't really tell it, but this is a really beautiful topper if you want something to give a little bit of a peachy or pink flip to your lid. Creamsicle is the perfect super shock for that. The other one is Sailor. Why I love Sailor so much is because it truly is a lid topper, and it just makes your look, no matter what the look is, it just really makes it pop, because it is more of a champagne with iridescent shimmers in there. It just really makes any look stand out a little more brilliantly than if it had color in there. If it was more opaque, I don't think I would have found it as fascinating as I do, because it is more of a lid topper, giving your look just a little more dimension than it would have on its own. It is the eyeshadow that I have on top of everything else on my lid. Sugarpill Cosmetics, I fell in love with this eyeshadow early this year. This is Kitten Parade, a beautiful peachy gold eyeshadow that is just so stunning. Somewhat icy on the lid. I do have it on, although you wouldn't be able to tell. Actually, I think it is right underneath Sailor, so you might be able to see some of that pinky hue. Just a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. That is what it right there. It gives this really beautiful shimmer. I don't know if I would say it might be a metallic, but to me it looks more like a shimmer than anything. But such a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. And the formula is gorgeous. I only have two by Sugarpill Cosmetics, and I really like both of them. This is Glamour Doll Eyes Comfort Zone, and she be broke, so I'm going to be very careful. I just checked her and she wasn't broken when I pulled her out. But it's this really gorgeous taupe that I really fell in love with. I guess some could argue that it's more of a gold, but to me it's not gold. To me that is definitely a taupe. But I don't know, you tell me. I don't have a description for Comfort Zone. I just go off of what I think it is. What do you guys think it is? Taupe? Gold? Tan? But it's a beautiful metallic no matter what shade it is. It is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, my eyeshadows are in no particular order. The ones that are in magnetic palettes, they're just kind of floating around. So let's talk about them. This one right here, I did not see this one coming. This is Beauty Junkie by Ulta. I've had a love-hate with Ulta's single eyeshadows this year, but Beauty Junkie is stunning. It is this nice, soft, like rosy pink with like a silver sheen to it. And this metallic is just so pretty, and it looks beautiful. Now I have other shimmers by them that are the biggest duds in the world, but Beauty Junkie is just phenomenal. Tarte Scandal. I'm not even sure where I got this, and I had no clue what it was or who it was, and then I wore it in a Saturday singles and I fell in love with it. And how could I not? Look at that beautiful coppery shimmer. Oh, it is such a pretty metallic. It is like butter. It's just a beautiful eyeshadow to play with. Amaretto is one of my favorite browns all year long. This is a shimmery brown, and while I tend to like my browns to be matte, I think Amaretto is gorgeous. It has just this kiss of red in there that gives it a little bit of warmth, and I think just makes it an absolutely beautiful shade. Kodiak by Coastal Scents is such a gorgeous shade. While it shows like an olive in the pan to me when you wear it, It looks more like a brown, a shimmery brown. I mean, you can see the olive in there, but you can also see that brown in there. And I just really like it. I like its diversity because you can wear it with a grungy look. You can wear it with an earthy look. That brown base that's in this beautiful olive green just makes it a little more versatile than if it was just an olive. Anarchy by Makeup Geek made the list. This is such a gorgeous shade. It is this like red with this gold flip in there. Can you see that? I think it is just gorgeous. When I first went to use this, I thought it was more like a berry shade, and then I was surprised how red it pulled when I put it on. Love it. I love that gold flip to it. It just makes it a little different than what I have mostly in my collection. Niagara by Coastal Scents. I made a gorgeous look using Niagara, and I was just blown away how beautiful Niagara is. It has like this icy silvery gold in there within that teal that just, I think, makes it unique and stunning. Paprika by Coastal Scents is one of my all-time favorites this year. This was one of the best for doing a transition. You could put it in the crease, all over the lid, a one and done eyeshadow. I just really enjoy Paprika. It's just one of those versatile shadows that you never knew you needed in your collection until you had it. And then you're like, where have you been all my life? These next 5 shadows, I find them to be the most versatile shadows in my collection. And if I just needed to do a quick look, any of these would work as a one and done. The first one is Tuscan Terracotta. It is this beautiful, simple matte tan matte. Just a simple, basic shadow, but it builds up beautifully, and you can just blow it out and just make a really nice looking one and done look with it. Girlie by MAC. Love this. I picked this up from the MAC store. It's one of 2 I think I picked up from the MAC store, and I love Girlie. Perfect transitional shade, perfect one and done look. I just really like this beautiful mauve shade. The quality of Girlie is such a soft, buttery shadow that just blends out very nicely. That makes me love it all the more. I have Imperial by Colourpop. This is a beautiful shade. It's a more on the orange side than these others, but it is a gorgeous shadow, blends beautifully, and is a really nice anchor for when you're doing more of a fall vibe look. I've really enjoyed Imperial. Tuscany is another eyeshadow by Coastal Scents that I love, that I think is the perfect transition shade. It's also perfect for a one and done look. Just a really simple kind of rosy brown, I guess you could say. And then the last one from this category of being what I would say is my most versatile eyeshadows is Dusty Rose by ABH. One of my favorite shadows. It's just a nice versatile shade. You can really darken it up. You can do it really soft and, light and really soft on the lid. but it's such a nice anchor eyeshadow that I just really, really like it. This is Bazaar by Coastal Scent, and this is such a gorgeous shade. It comes across with, in the pan, like almost a gray, maybe a taupe, but when you swatch it, it definitely has a cool tone taupe vibe with that underlying current of brown. So I really enjoyed Bazaar, especially because it fits my cool tone needs, taupey cool tone needs this year. Love Bazaar. I just think it's gorgeous. I've had a love affair with everything watermelon this year, and watermelon is no exception. I actually have it on my lid, but you can't really see it anymore. It's covered, but it is this beautiful watermelon shade with like a gold flip to it. Just such a stunning, stunning shadow. American Rose is what I have in my outer V today, and I really enjoy American Rose. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous shadow. It leans a lot redder than I was expecting, I guess you could say. I thought there would be a little bit of a hint of brown in American Rose, but it is just a gorgeous matte watermelon shade. I guess there's no other way to say it than how I see it, which is that watermelon shade that I'm craving this year. New Penny. Oh, this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous shadow by Coastal Scents. It is bronzy goodness to its core. I mean, look at that. Is that not just one of the prettiest shadows? This next one will not be of any surprise to you guys. I talk about it all the time. That is Sandbar by Coastal Scents. It is actually what has stained my hand. I have this on all over my lid. I love this. Whenever I get a chance to wear it, I wear it because it just makes me happy. The shade puts a smile on my face. Yes, I'm a 50-year-old woman who loves to wear neon pink. It is such a phenomenal shade, and I just adore every single second of wearing Sandbar. And I should wear it more often, but I don't. I only wear it on those occasions when it pops up in Saturday singles, but man, I really adore that shadow. This is Charmed by Makeup Geek, and I fell in love with this early this year. And it was when I was going through a phase of somewhat cooler, icier shadows. Now this has I want to say this is like a taupe. It's like it has like a green undertone to it, but I want to say it's like an icier taupe that is just beautiful. It isn't like an icy gray, like a really silver, metallic silver, but it gives me those vibes of a metallic silver that I want sometimes without being too cool. This next one I love. It was hard for me to narrow down this category to just one, but that's all I would allow myself. But that is Cantaloupe Slice by Coastal Scents. I fell in love with yellow eyeshadow this year. I never saw that coming. Somewhat like Sandbar, I never saw it coming. I like to use this to kind of buff out any edges I might have up on, close to my brow bone. I try to go pretty light with it, but sometimes I get a little overly excited. I do have it on, not that you could probably tell, but it's there Flamethrower by Makeup Geek. I am in love with Flamethrower, and my pan is getting pretty darn low. But I am in love with that shade. Is that not gorgeous? I mean, it's somewhat different than my other shadows in that it's a lot warmer, but it is such a stunning shade and it looks so pretty on the eye. I just love it. Satin Taupe by MAC is one of my favorites. This actually gets quite a bit of use because it is just like that quintessential taupe shade. You know, a little bit of brown, a little bit of cool, and it just complements any look you have. I really like these cool tone shades because they're so complementary to my skin tone. So I really have been drawn to them all year long, even before, you know, cool tones were in. I was in. Okay, I've been into them for years. Blushing by ABH. I have had this in my collection for years. Never used it. It never was really on my radar until this year. And it was after I used it, I want to say in Saturday Singles, that I noticed what a beautiful shimmery pink this is. Very soft, very muted, but just really pretty, and I have used quite a bit of it. I mean, there's some hard pan in there, but I've got some dippage going on. So that says a lot considering how many single eyeshadows I have. That says a lot. And I have Aluminum Taupe. Aluminum Taupe is the shade that it takes such a little amount to make your look. You don't have to fill your brush up or even your finger up, because one swipe and you get this beautiful, you know, shimmery taupe to lay down on your lid. It is warmer than some of my other taupes, which I really like about it, because I don't have a lot of, you know, mid-tone taupes, and so I really enjoy it. Those are my single eyeshadows, ranging from cream, crayon, liquid, and single pans. It was a good year. I loved concentrating on my single eyeshadows this year. It was so much fun, and I got a lot of use, and I got to know my single eyeshadows a lot better than I thought I would. I thought, oh, I have so many. I'm only going to be able to use, you know, a few of them. But I found that I would go to do a specific look and I would remember, oh, I have this in my singles, and I would go grab it. So that made it a lot of fun for me in order to be able to know my single eyeshadow collection better than I have ever known it. So I've enjoyed getting to know my singles. Did it make me neglect my eyeshadow palettes? You know, parts of me think yes, but other parts of me think no. I guess it's hard to say whether I did or did not, but I don't think so. I think it just gave me a broader respect for my eyeshadow collection as a whole, and gave me the opportunity to use these because I knew what I had in my collection better than I did prior to the beginning of 2020. So that is it for my eyeshadow singles, my favorite eyeshadow singles for 2020. Did you have any favorite singles, whether they be cream, liquid, or, you know, magnetic singles? Did you have any favorites? Let me know down in the comments if you did and what they were. That's it. Keep your eyes open. We still have a few more favorites to come. I hope you enjoyed this. Please take good care, be safe, be smart, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.